Well, good morning, boys and girls. Well, this morning I got a phone call from Steph. She said she's out working on her farm and she needed a bit of help. So we're going to come out and see how she's doing and take a look at how her farm's doing, okay? So come along with me.
Hi, Sam! Hi!
Well, hello, Steph.
Hi!
You know what? I got your phone call this morning that you were working on your farm and just came out to take a look at your farm and see what was going on. And what are you growing out here? What exactly you got going on in this field of yours?
I have got everything. I've got
potatoes, carrots, parsnips.
Well, anyways, okay, so you know what? Our story today actually has to do with a bit of farming. You see, we're going to be talking about two men today from the Bible, and they were both brothers. They were the sons of Adam and Eve. Any of you out there maybe know who they were? You over there in the back? Over there? Oh, you're right, it's Cain and Abel. We're going to be talking about Cain and Abel today. And you see, Abel was the youngest brother, and he was a shepherd. He was out in the fields taking care of the flock, beating off the odd bear, the odd lion, you know, tending the old sheep and all. And Cain was the older brother, and he was a farmer.
So, you know, in the Old Testament, people worshipped God by offering things to Him that meant something to them.
Potatoes, carrots, parsnips.
Abel was a shepherd, so he offered God a sheep. But it tells us in the Bible that Abel didn't just offer God any sheep. No, he took the biggest, fattest, juiciest sheep in his flock and he gave it to God. Abel gave his best to God.
So if Abel gave up something from his flock, he gave up one of his sheep, what do you think Cain gave up? Yep, he gave up something from his crops. But do you think he gave up some nice, juicy, ripe bananas? Or do you think he gave up some nasty, brown, overripe, rotten bananas? Well, you know what the Bible says? The Bible says that he offered up some stuff. Evidently he had a whatever attitude and just didn't care. You know what? Cain didn't make the wise choice. He didn't give his best to God.
So out of the two offerings, which one do you think God was more pleased with? Well, of course he was more pleased with Abel because Abel actually gave something that was worth something to himself.
Potatoes, carrots, parsnips.
Whereas Cain, on the other hand, he just gave something that didn't even cost anything to him. So Cain became mad with God because he rejected his offering, and even more mad at his brother Abel because God was actually pleased with him. So God warned Cain that he had to be careful about his attitude towards his brother, or his mean thoughts might turn into something worse. And you know what? It did. The Bible actually says that one day Cain was so angry with Abel that he told him to go out into a field and he murdered his brother. Can you imagine that? He actually murdered his own brother.
So then God went to Cain and he said, Cain, where's your brother at? And Cain goes,
I don't know. How should I know? I'm not my brother's keeper. What should I have to do with this? Whatever.
And God was trying to find out what was going on. And he saw that Cain was trying to cover up what he did wrong. And you see, Cain not only did a horrible thing in killing his brother, but then he went to God and he actually lied about it also. And that is a horrible thing.
Well, even though Cain had made a terrible choice, God still loved him and still wanted to have a relationship with him. So God put a mark on Cain. Wherever Cain went in the world, wherever he roamed to, people would leave him alone and he would be protected from danger.
All of this could have been avoided if Cain would have just offered up his best to God.
Potatoes, carrots, parsnips.
He had a bad attitude, and then his bad attitude turned into actions, and he did something horrible to his brother. You know what? But all this could have been avoided if he just would have been right with God. If you're not right with God, you won't treat others right. Hey, you know what, Steph? I think we should say that again. That's really important. If you're not right with God, you won't treat others right. You know, maybe we can get all those boys and girls out there to say it too.
That would be cool.
You know, and we've got it written down here for you guys, right here. You see that? Okay, we're going to start on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. If you're not right with God, you won't treat others right.
Well, that was okay, but I think they could do far better.
I think they can do it a bit better too. Let's hear it. Let's hear it on the count of 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. If you're not right with God, you won't treat others right. That was fantastic. Really good. Okay, guys, well, that is us. That's a story of Cain and Abel and about having a right attitude with God and being right with God. And next up, we are going to have our memory verse, okay? So I'm going to turn it back to the gang there, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Take care. Bye.
Bye.